Hi, hello and welcome back to F1 Challenge VB. My name is Mephisto and our epic journey through the history of Formula 1 continues today with the 8th round of the 1953 season, the Swiss Grand Prix. It was held on the 23rd of August, it had 23 entries, 20 of them took part in the race with 11 retirements. The race consisted of 67 laps, completed in 3 hours 1 minute and 34 seconds. Fangio started the race from pole, Ascari was second, Farina third, Trintignant fourth and Marimon started from fifth. Ascari won the Swiss Grand Prix with Farina in second, 1 minute 12.93 seconds behind. Hawthorne came home in third, 1 minute 45.96 seconds down. Fangio gave his car to Bonetto, who crossed the line in fourth, 1 lap behind, and Hermann Lang finished fifth. He was 3 laps down. On lap 50, Ascari managed to post the fastest time with a 2 minute 31.3 second lap. We're back in beautiful Switzerland at the fantastic Bremgarten circuit, and the lap starts off with a short-ish sprint into turn 1, a second gear right-hander that leads down into the quarry then up through Passerelle El Chose, followed by a few shallow left and right turns before we brake hard for Aimat, followed by Tenny. Next are another series of fast left and right-handers. Finally, coming into the slowest corner of the track, Forsthaus, which is a right-hand hairpin, which brings us around onto the main straight, and that is a lap around the Bremgarten circuit. So here we are in qualifying, coming around this right-hander to start our lap basically, and I crashed into something, and I swear I had no idea what has happened until I started editing this video. It was only then when I actually saw what I hit, which was a Simca Gordini. You probably already noticed that, but I didn't. I didn't expect anything there. I didn't even see that there was a yellow flag, so yeah. So that is the end of our qualifying session, which is kind of a shame, but hey, what can you do, I guess. So we have Ascari on pole, Juan Manuel Fangio second, Sterling Moss is third, which is quite nice for him, De Graafenried fourth, and Felice Bonetto rounding off the top 5, followed by Oscar Galvez in 6th, Nino Farina 7th, Jose Froilan Gonzalez 8th, Marimon 9th, 10th is Hawthorne in his Ferrari, followed by Maurice Trintignant in the Simca Gordini in 11th, Hermann Lang 12th, 13th is Jean Berra, Harry Schell 14th, Prince Berra is 15th, Louis Rosier 16th, Mieres 17th, Ken Wharton 18th, and obviously Andy Higgs is starting from the back. Not a good start, not a good place to be, but oh well. And I have to apologize for the last video. I said in that video that Gonzalez and Gonzalez and Rosier didn't have any, had wasted their chance at the championship mathematically, which is actually not correct, and this was pointed out to me by someone in the comments. I forgot your name. I'm going to put it in the video somewhere. And I went back and took a proper look at the tables and points. Basically what happened, I just said what I thought I had to. I didn't actually do the math to see if it was possible. So it's actually still possible for either Gonzalez or Rosier to win the championship. However, they have to win this and the next race. Will it ever happen? I have no idea. We'll find out, but we are already in 13th and now chasing after Onofre Marimon in his Maserati. We saw quite a few cars at the beginning there strewn all across the track, and here is a look at the replay. I tried to get around that Maserati, but no such luck. So quite a bad start, especially compared to the German Grand Prix, which was, I think, one of the best starts yet for Andy at least, as we now come down and race down towards turn 1 here at the second gear right-hander, and we're now taking a look at Nino Farina, who loses control of his Ferrari, hits the wall, spins the car around, and that is the end of his race, as we see a bunch of Maseratis kind of glitching out all over the place. This is Onofre Marimon in his Maserati, kind of goes wide, and crashes into that Cooper, into the number 8 Cooper, and he is out of the race. Next we have Jean Berra, who apparently lost his brakes on the first lap, which is kind of interesting. I don't really know how you can lose your brakes that early. Maybe he didn't have any more brake fluid or something. And this is Herman Lang, another person who's having problems with his brakes. And now he's trying to climb up a hill, which will never happen, not in this game anyway. Keep on trying, buddy. Keep on trying. You do you. This is Ken Wharton coming into this right-hander, going wide and hitting something and losing both of his front wheels. And finally we have Harry Shell in the number 17 Simca. He also loses control, and oh, there comes Ken Wharton, who crashes into him, and he loses one of his front wheels as well, his front right, if I can only talk properly. Anyway, we started lap 2 and we are chasing after Jose Furlan Gonzalez. We are now in 6th, which is quite amazing. We move on to lap 4 and we're still in 6th. Sterling Moss is now in front of us. We have Roberto Mieres, who is coming behind us quite close, and we have a look at Mike Hawthorne, who loses control of his Ferrari, crashes into the trees there, loses his front right, and he is out of the Swiss Grand Prix, as Roberto Mieres is really on our gearbox now. Well, not really on our gearbox, because that would mean he would be inside our car, but he's right on our tailpipe, and there he goes. Somehow that Maserati is faster than it should have been, because well, it was the Ferraris that dominated, not Maserati. But anyway, lap 5, still chasing after Jose Furlan Gonzalez. We somehow move up into 5th. I have no idea how. Anyway, we have Galvez behind us, some 8 seconds adrift, and we now look at Ascari, who's coming through this right-hander, loses control of the car, and whoa, that was quite a jump. Even Ken Block would have said that was insane. I don't even know how that was possible, really. And I think Ascari wanted to go for a little bit of off-roading here. And well, he crashed into those trees and he lost his wheels. I don't think that's what Formula 1 cars should be doing. Someone should have told that to Ascari, I guess. Anyway, still on lap 5, still chasing after Gonzalez, who is pulling away quite significantly. Galvez is catching up somehow. I don't know how, but he's catching up. We're now on lap 6, trying to pull away from Oscar Galvez still, but he's less than a second behind. I think he's going to catch us sooner or later. But we are now looking at another replay. That is Maurice Trintignant, who loses control of his Simca. Then a Maserati comes around, hits the front of the car, and Trintignant loses his front left wheel. And we see Sterling Moss coming into the pits to retire due to a gearbox problem he's been having. So his race is over as well. And now we have Felice Bonetto, who crashed into Trintignant, and then for some reason his car clipped into the wall, glitches into the wall, and kind of messes up. And that's where he's going to stay until the end of the race. And meanwhile, Roberto Mieres passes both myself and Oscar Galvez, brake for the hairpin. Apparently Galvez can brake a lot later than me, and he also overtakes me. So we're now down in 7th. We have Prince Berra right on our tailpipe. He could overtake us as well. He does seem to be quite faster, and well, the gentleman thing would be to give the place to him if he pressures us too much. That's what would have happened back then. You you didn't race the way you raced today, so I'm guessing this is the first time we kind of see proper 1950s racing. As we now come up through Pasarel El Scholz, brake for this right-hander, and there goes Prince Berra. Yep, his Connaught is much faster than our Ferrari for some reason, so I had to concede that place. Lap 10, coming into the hairpin, and I did something stupid. I decided to try and go as fast as I could, or rather try to see how fast I could go through the hairpin, and I guess I went a bit too fast. I wanted to try to catch up to the guys ahead of me because they were pulling away quite significantly, but that didn't happen, and I'm now trying to pull the car out of the way of the AI, which is kind of a pointless thing to do because it still ended up in the middle of the road somehow. I have no idea how. But here we have a look at a replay. I come into the hairpin, and I guess another problem was that I took the hairpin quite wide, so coupled with the fact that I tried to go too fast, kind of ruined my race. But anyway, and here we have Tolo de Graffenried, who is having problems with his brakes, and his Maserati is a supercar because it's riding those trees somehow. But yeah, so that is the end of our race. That is the end for a lot of people. Looks like there are only 8 people left, with Rosier 1 lap behind me, so he'll eventually catch up. And we are now looking at Juan Manuel Fangio, who is coming around to take the win of the Swiss Grand Prix. Very well done to him. His second win of the season, which is quite amazing since he hasn't done too well in the past. Not to mention the fact that he missed the 1952 season. And here are the results, with Stirling Moss posting the fastest lap of the race, and in fact I believe he actually set a new lap record. I really think he actually set a new lap record. You'll probably have to rewind the video to the beginning of the video and check it out, but I do think it's faster. But yeah, anyway, that is the end of the Swiss Grand Prix. Not a good ending for Higgs. However, neither Gonzalez nor Rosier have a chance at the championship anymore because neither of them won the race as they should have. So this time it's really official. The championship will go to Higgs at the end of the season, which is kind of a shame for everyone else. It's good for Higgs. But anyway, here are the career statistics. This was Andy Higgs' 32nd Grand Prix. His best start is from first, with only 1 pole position. Has set 7 fastest laps. His best finishes in first. Has completed 21 races, with 21 of them being in the points. Has 12 wins, 2 of which were at the Indianapolis 500. No wins at Monaco yet. Has 2 championship titles, a total of 136 points. Has retired 11 times. Has experienced 670 out of 860 total laps. Has 4 bronze trophies, 2 silver trophies, 12 gold trophies, and as an extension 12 podiums. And here is a quick look at the championship standings. We have Andy Higgs in the lead of the race, of the championship I mean, and Gonzalez is in second. And actually he could still win. If he wins the Italian Grand Prix, he could still win the championship. So I'm still talking stupid things. Well, we'll have to see if he wins the Italian Grand Prix then. So yeah, everyone scored points all the way down to 16th place, which is held by Oscar Galvez, who scored his first point of the season. Unfortunately for him, it's a bit too late to be trying to do anything significant. Ascari still hasn't finished a single race since 1951, I believe. So he's in a bit of a pickle. But yeah, that is it for the Swiss Grand Prix. That is it for this video. And from me, don't forget that there's still a poll going on, so you can vote for next season's team. Link is in the description. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, stay sharp.